We are back with our brand new weekly Rands Rants. Coming to the stage, Jonathan Rand from 99.9 The Fan. He is going to talk to us about Carolina and NC State. Big matchup happening this weekend for both the men and the women. Carolina has a little treat for us. They're bringing in Roy Williams. Will that matter? More importantly, the women, can they hold up and hold a candle, the Carolina women at that, hold a candle to the Wolfpack as they got dog walk last time. So I want to hear Jonathan's insights and see how it's going to go down.
Locked On ACC, your daily podcast on the Atlantic Coast Conference. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What's going on, everybody? Back again with our Rands Rants, our weekly segment where we get to talk to Jonathan Rand from 99.9 The Fan and get the little local inside. Jonathan, so great to have you here with us.
Good to be back, Candace. Let's go. It's going to be a good weekend.
And as a Carolina girl and an NC State man yourself, this is a big weekend for the Pack and the Tar Heels. It's not what we're used to seeing in terms of high energy. Maybe teams are vying for, top spots in NCAA tournament matchups, but it's still, the backyard rivalry. You still want to beat this team that you're going to have to talk to your friends in the grocery store about. Carolina men play at 2 p.m. on a Saturday on the ACC Network. How are you feeling as an NC State grad about this matchup? Do you feel confident or are you a little nervous?
Let me tell you, Candace. So this NC State team, as we know, they're up and down. You don't know what you're going to get every week. You know they're going to fight.
Yes.
You know they won't lose by 20. Even if they're down by 20, they won't lose. They'll come back and cut it to 3, and then you'll wish they played better earlier on. So you know they're going to fight. But then why did Carolina have to do this to us? Why did they have – it's been all year. They've played 50 games. They could have honored Roy anytime. And Roy Williams was sitting there going, no, Wanda, I want to be honored that Saturday.
Right.
He knows exactly what he's doing. He sees Hubert a little bit like it. I say a little bit struggling. They're 14-6. If that's struggling, that's okay.
Right.
But he sees his Tar Heel fans a little bit worried, and he's like, don't worry, guys. I got the ace in the hole. Me.
Do you see? I was like, okay, let's bring Roy back. I see him at the games. He's sitting with Wanda in their little section. They're having a good time. And I totally agree. This was the one where he said, you just can't lose to State. You can lose to anybody else. You can have a rough go. I understand it's Coach K's last injury. I don't want to take away from that moment. But NC State, yes, give me all the praise. Give me all of my flowers. And I feel like that might be the missing key. Maybe he'll actually give a locker room speech. That's what I'm thinking will be the difference.
He might, because and that's kind of why State fans secretly love Roy Williams, because he actually gives attention to the rivalry. So I think, he'll probably remind them, hey guys, remember how much I hate losing to State? I'm still here. So
still hate it.
Still hate it.
No doubt.
Yeah.
And then when you talk about some of the players, Dereon Seabron's having one hell of a season. Terquavion Smith certainly doing well. I feel like if Hellems gets hot, it could be a long day for the Tar Heels. Talk about maybe a few players that you feel like are going to have big games in order to stay with or even outpace the Heels.
It's funny. I talked about State a little bit, and they're starting to find their identity a little bit. Jericho Hellems is kind of like the one leftover from. I mean, he's the veteran of the group,
Yeah.
But it's hard, as Candace, to if you don't have that leadership in you, that I'm going to step up and be the guy, kind of like Devin Daniels was, previously for State. If you need a shot late, I've got it. And not to say Jericho doesn't have it, but it's hard to have it consistently all year long.
Right. And
Jericho's found it a couple of times, and he might find it Saturday, but I think he's realizing and has realized the past several weeks, Seabron's great, Terquavion Smith's coming along, but I've got to be a constant.
Yeah,
that's
for
hard.
Sure. For
that's
sure.
Hard.
And I think the loss of Manny Bates is certainly something that has played a factor, that you're so used to having a big man that you can go to. But I say for Carolina's side, take advantage of Manny being out. Use Armando Bacot. Feed your bigs. Why do you not want to feed the man that clearly sometimes he gets a little shaky in terms of handling the ball, but he has been a constant for your team. Also, Brady Manick, shout out to my long-haired friend who can shoot the rock when he's needed to. He has the most. I love him. This is a Brady Manick stand account. But when it comes to Caleb Love and RJ Davis, I just don't jack it up too much. I know you're not natural point guard leadership's everything about Carolina is point guard you. So all I need you to do is just stay with Terquavion. don't let Dereon blow by you. And just make sure you play your game and get into the excitement that will be fun. Like, as much as people talk about this not being a rivalry, it's not matching to Duke. No, like I said, it's a person in the grocery store. They definitely don't want to come there on Sunday at the Harris Teeter and talk to you about how State or Carolina took it to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I got to give your Brady Manick Stan account some validation. I'm with you. If Brady wants to shoot, for Carolina fans, shoot. But before you shoot, just glance and is Armando there? All right, I'm going to shoot it.
Yeah.
Be smart about it. That's it.
No doubt. And then on the flip side of things, we have the women playing on Sunday at 4 in Carmichael. A huge weekend for Wolfpack and the Tar Heels. I feel like this Carolina team who just beat Duke handedly on Thursday night is coming in with a different energy because they're going to have to. Last time out, NC State dog walked at the Heels. It wasn't even close. It was all things NC State all night. It wasn't even fun. Deja Kelly was the only one who acted like she wanted to be there. Now you've got Kennedy Todd-Williams, who's going to try and go toe-to-toe with Elissa Cunane. How are you feeling like about the State women and going into this game on Sunday?
Well, it's definitely going to be different, right? Mm-hmm. Not being in Reynolds is going to be different. The atmosphere matters.
The gym is not going to be as small.
Regardless of the size of the gym, it matters. But the players are still the same. And this is not just me saying it as a State fan. Like, I mean, I think anybody would tell you, you know, State just has – this is State – we talked about it last year. This is State's year this year. Mm-hmm. If they're going to do anything, they've got the veteran group. Now, I will say this. Carolina's playing like what they just did to Duke the other night.
Yeah.
Candace, is a 28-8 run in the second quarter. Is that good?
That's a little bit great, you know.
That's pretty good. So Carolina's, they may have found something and kind of at the right time.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's going to be a blowout like it was last time. I think Carolina's going to show up. But, you know, even if the State does get punched in the mouth, they've shown they can take several punches and they'll still be there. So I still think it's State's game, but I don't. I think if it's double digits, I'd be surprised. I think it's somewhere in the 7 to 9 range.
Yeah. You know, I was watching the Duke Carolina game last night, and I was watching how the lead just kept getting bigger. But then I remembered Louisville, NC State. That fourth quarter, a lot of things can happen. People can start finding their way to fight themselves back into games. Now, Duke is clearly not as talented as NC State, and they definitely did not get back in that game. But you can never count somebody out. I will say Carolina has to start explosive. They have to come out at least punching, fight back.
Yeah.
Don't let it get ugly early because I don't know that they have the talent to stay in games. And I will say last game, Diamond Johnson didn't even really come out to play. Like, she did well, but it wasn't even like her game that we saw against Louisville. So that's a scary sight and a scary thought.
Yeah, because Diamond Johnson's great, but like Reina Perez is the engine of the offense.
Yes.
You know, and if Diamond Johnson's also going, good luck.
Scary. Good freaking luck.
Yeah.
It's Diamond Johnson's team and everybody else at times, I feel like. But again, Kennedy Todd-Williams is going to have her hands full in the paint with Elissa Cunane, who certainly wants to go out on her senior year. This is the last one. I feel like it's been 6-7 years now. It's time. They have to go.
She came in 05, and she's really happy.
It's about that time she has to actually graduate this time.
I think she does.
She does. Coach Banghart definitely wants to keep the energy of winning at Carolina on pace. They did last year. They upset NC State and had them figuring out who are they as a team and had to reset. But again, this is a new type of energy going into this game. So I'm excited about it. I feel like it's definitely going to be better, but each team is going to have their top players performing at their best. Jonathan Rand, it's always fun to have you with this quick hit of the week. Can you please remind these folks of where they can find you and follow all your work?
Yes, absolutely. Follow me on Twitter, JRand44. Again, it's for Hank Aaron and David Thompson. Don't forget, go Braves. But yeah, JRand44. All my stuff is there. And Candace, it's going to be a good weekend. I think this couch is comfortable enough. We're just going to stay here.
There we go. I can't wait to come back next week and talk about it because, I mean, all the stars were aligned for us to talk Carolina and NC State. It felt good. And there's some snow coming, so that couch sounds even nicer. We're just living the dream.
I got hot chocolate, and let's see if I can get it served. We'll see.
No doubt. Guys, follow at Locked On ACC on Twitter. You can also subscribe on YouTube. Make sure that you hit us up, leave some comments, 5-star review. We're available wherever you listen to podcasts. For Candace Cooper and Jonathan Rand. Until next time.